Q1. Why does the earlier passage say, "There shall be no poor among you," while this section says, "If there is a poor person"? A. This is not a contradiction. The earlier statement expresses God's intention and goal, that no one among his people should be abandoned or reduced to begging. This section acknowledges that poverty may still occur in reality, and therefore teaches how the poor must be treated. The point is not to deny the existence of poverty, but to forbid ignoring the poor. Q2. What does "there shall be no poor among you" really mean? A. It does not mean poverty will never appear in society. It means that if someone falls into poverty, he must not be driven away, neglected, or forced to beg. God's people are responsible to ensure that no one becomes an uncared-for destitute person. Q3. What preventive method does God provide? A. The method is simple, yet concrete. The wealthy must open their hand to help their poor brother. In other words, poverty is not addressed by exclusionary systems, but prevented through active mercy and giving. Q4. Why does the law emphasize the relationship of brother? A. Because the shared covenant and the shared dwelling in the land God gave form a covenant household. Since they belong to the same God and live in the same land, the poor cannot be treated as outsiders but must be supported as family. Q5. Why is a hard heart specifically forbidden? A. Because the failure to help the poor is usually not due to lack of ability, but to greed and indifference. A hard heart is a refusal of mercy, and greed is inherently cruel. It causes a person to ignore a brother's need. Q6. Why does this passage specifically mention the year of release? A. In the year of release, debts are canceled. People might therefore refuse to lend when that year is near, fearing they will not be repaid. The law commands that even at the approach of the release year, one must help immediately, without calculating personal loss as if the money must soon be recovered. Q7. What is the core principle of this teaching? A. The core is not merely an economic system, but covenantal mercy, brotherly love, and trust in God's provision within the covenant community. God requires his people to have open hands and soft hearts so that the poor are not marginalized but sustained within the community.